Hey, what's up, everybody? Good to see everybody out there kicking off another show, wrapping up the week here on 412 Productions. I appreciate all you guys joining, hanging out with us, especially those of you tuning in early for the pre-show, where I get to say hello to all of our friends across the interwebs. Let's start over on D Live. I see Truth Teller 101, Joe Gallo, Silebor, Lino Vincent, B. Frazier in the house, Q-Oys out there as well. Biden sucks stuff. Let's see, Starwalker 77, Cushion on, and excuse me, Drunk Pinata hosting the show. Thank you, Pinata. And I'm sure we'll see you up here on the panel shortly. Shout out to all of you guys watching on Rumble as well. I see Joe Elaine, of course, doing her mod thing. Thank you so much, Joe, for all you do. We got Spiky999 out there, Snow Bunny 68, Liberty's Great Awakening, and Esther G13 also checking in on Rumble. Hit that thumbs up button for us if you haven't done so already. And then we are, for the moment, back on YouTube just for a little bit. I haven't dusted off the old YouTube channel in a while, but I accidentally streamed to it yesterday, and for the first time in a long time, I didn't immediately get a community strike. So we'll see how long YouTube lets us hang out. But yeah, it's good to see a bunch of you guys over there. Just so you know, we'll do the first 45 minutes across all these platforms. For those of you that we haven't seen in a while on YouTube, the second half of the show is exclusively available on pilled.net. I'm putting the link to our show over on pilled.net. If you're not familiar with it, it's our very own free speech grassroots live streaming platform. It's really great. So you should go check it out. There's the link in the chat for you guys. So I hope to see you guys pop on over and say hi. Those of you watching on replay, I will try to get the link in the description for the pilled.net as well. But I haven't messed with YouTube in a while. I honestly forget how to use it from a streamer perspective. And of course, in the comfy bunker, let's see who's out there hanging out with us today. Hold on. Where are we at here? All right, here we go. Let's see who we got in the bunker. Chill. If you haven't popped in the chat yet, do that now. I see. Oh my God, hold on. All the way up here. Joyful Lily was in there first. Truth Teller 101. Good to see you as well, Lily. Thank you for the cans. It's something to kick off the weekend. Rock on. Thank you so much for that. Let's see. Floyd, Due Diligence. Great to see you, my friend. D. Richard. Happy Friday. D. Delia in the house as well. How you doing, Delia? Are you still traveling? Are you back home yet? Patriot 714. Great to see you in the chat. Joe Elaine, of course, keeping the pilled chat nice and comfy as well. Again, Joe, you're the best. Thank you so much. Ken Chris, welcome. We got who else out there? Floyd hooking us up with the So Happy It's Thursday cookies. So Floyd's working on a Saturday. Come say hi to us tomorrow morning, Floyd, if you can. Let's see who else. Askwatch, thank you for the shades. I appreciate it. And we got Smitten Kitten 38 out there. Pat McFly, welcome. Fazic in the house. And SMR Patriot, great to see you, my friend. Askwatch, welcome. R. Harold, thank you for the cookies. Spiky999, double dipping. Jenker 2, what's going on? Oilman 94, my brother, how you doing, sir? Barb Robbins out there. What's up, Barb? Bella 214, welcome. Good to see you. Miss Fortune, welcome. Great to see you too. General Buford, G Ross, Chops ITMC. Welcome, you guys. Great to see all of you hanging out. Roy, Stones and Bones over on the West Coast. What's up, Roy? Born Deplorable in the house. What's up, Born Deplorable? Cautious Observer, great to see you. Thank you so much for the ship. Very generous way to start the show, just spreading the love, my friend. Cheers to you, Cautious Observer. Thank you so much. Again, very, very generous. We got Eagle Freedom and Jay Brewskis out there. Jenna Seppi in the house. Jenna Seppi, I heard you had a birthday earlier this week, so happy belated. I hope it was great. Dread Quarters, what's up, Dread Quarters? Salty Ma'am out there as well. Oilman94 says, happy Friday, brother, with a ship. Thank you, Oilman. Wow, 2 ships before we even played the intro today. Very, very cool. Thank you so much, Oilman. I appreciate it. And happy Friday to you, sir. Doug Zami, thank you for being here. We got Norm, Hang 10 Alien Surfer in the house as well. What's up, Norm? 2 Wildish Rose. What's up, Rose? Let's see who else. Laura Y repping the 412. Let's go, Laura. How you doing? Timar in the house. What's up, Timar? How you doing, buddy? Let's see. Flawless in USA. Lyle and Jenny, Packers 412. Welcome. CK Whitehorse 180. Great to see you. Let's see. The Gray Man. What's up, Gray Man? And Curious One. All right. 2A Freedom Rider also repping the 412. Let's go, TA. Great to see you. Chris DePoo, welcome. Isaac Truth, welcome. Tom Ford checking in from New Jersey. How's it going, Tom? Ohio Kimmy, thank you for the cookie. Thirst for Knowledge, welcome. Great to see you. Joshua Tree 321 in the house. Good to see you, Joshua. Steve B, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you. Abby Free. Good to, welcome, Deborah R. Cherokee George out there as well. Welcome, Trump Red Pill 1. Deborah R., thank you so much for the cookie. I appreciate it. Mix Picks and Ghost Pepper, welcome, welcome. The Hawk says, I sent you a DM on Telegram. All right, I'll check it out in a second here. Thank you. I'll take a look at what you got for me. True Grit, welcome. Good to see you. Oh, my chat just jumped on me. Hold on. Where was I? Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Still adjusting to the new chat here. Holy smokes, there's a ton of you guys out there today. Let's see. Poonslayer. What's up, Poonslayer? And 2 Wildish Rose. Drunk Pinata. Having some fun in the pill chat. Range Pony. Great to see you. Kaiman. What's up, Kaiman? How you doing, bud? Checking in from South Africa. Cali Patriot out there. Esther G13, double dipping. Love to see you. Putsy Woo, welcome. Gorilla P859, great to see you. Filter Dog 1 and Rick Rolled. What's up, guys? Great to see both of you out there. Brian 1871, Secret Weapon. Jen Barrier, great to see you all. Let's see who else. NG North Georgia Dog, maybe. Brendan Gowerly, what's going on? Awake Russell, how you doing, Russell? 315 Russ says, never forget the October 18th Capitol insurrection, the day Hamas U.S. overthrew the government. It's pretty funny. Yeah, like I said, we'll see how those people are treated by the FBI later. Filter Dog 1, thank you for the gold pills. I really appreciate it, man. Again, it's great to see you out there. Dave 75 is lurking. Fuck the Dems. Welcome, Timberjet. 330 Ohio knows. Trick Pony in the house as well. Great to see you, Trick Pony. Hope you're having a great Friday. Acrylic Painter, welcome. Duppy in the house as well. Mad Joker, great to see you. Smitten Kitten. And my chat just jumped on me again. So, Mr. Gerardo, welcome. If I missed you, I apologize. Glass Wanda Quiltanon. Dale Bercier, great to see you all. Again, if I didn't get to you, I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm still adjusting to this here, but we have to get started. We'll be right back.
We will make America strong again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Y'all for tuning in, Patriots United, doing what we gotta do to win. We addicted, the MSM, and now we're moving in. And once we take over, we won't ever move again. Where we go on, we go all. I say it with pride. No, we won't run, we won't fall. We're right by your side. The demons have taken hold, but none of us will abide. Stand strong and stand bold, that's how we'll survive. 412 is the production. Monday through Friday, deplorable discussions. We're making it hard for the new state to function. Every time they switch up the narrative, we debunk it. Adult Nero is the power that's controlling the flight. With all the patriots behind them, cause we're all in this fight. So many rhyme for so long, but we're giving them sight. Trapped in the world of darkness, but we're bringing them light. You may even find yourself in a different life. A lot of us have, and honestly, that's perfectly fine. Because exactly where you are at this moment in life is where you're supposed to be at this moment in time. It's all by design, the patriots are holding the line. They must have lost theirs, thinking they're controlling our minds. So many trapped in mental prisons don't know they can find. They're just slaves in the system till the roles are assigned. That's sad, the good news is that we're waking them up. They have monopolies on minds, but we're breaking them up. Everything you thought was news, they were making it up. When we ascend, all the tyrants won't be making the cut. Let them all burn in the hellscape they create. We the people already mapped out our escape. We hold each other by the hand as we all elevate and go to a different place. They can never get chased. When I look into the future, I can see that it's bright. When this history is written, they will see that we're right. We formed our own community and the circle is tight. But I expand the circle with every word that I write. The pen is sharper than the sword when you wield it with might. Why do you think they try to kick us off all the sites? These people hate America, punish us out of spite. We are the beacons of hope in the darkness of night. So let's go, strap in, yeah, get ready for the ride. Watch the water, we're witnessing the turning of the tide. Feel the passion and the fire that you got burning inside. Take the narrative they're feeding you and turn it to the side. We're alerted to the lies, replacing with the truth. We know the plan they devised, they're invading the youth. Now we're only sending vibes to start raising our boots. These demons all weaponized. Now we're raising our troops. Now we're raising the roof and sounding the alarm. Remember that it's always darkest before the dawn. Life it's a game of chess. They want to use you as a pawn. You're only useful until you're not useful. Then you're gone. But not us. We're on the right team where we belong. Everybody is invited, so come follow along. We refuse to say things are right, knowing they're wrong. Adult Nero, take the mic and take flight, cause it's on.
And now, straight from the Steel City, it's your host, 412 Adult Nero.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Thank you guys again so much for joining us to wrap up another week of broadcast here on 412 Productions. My name is Adult Nero. Many of you out there know me as 412. It is October 20th, 2023. Riding shotgun with me today is my OG crew, Drunk Pinata and Tennessee Homesteader. Great to see both of you guys out there today. Let's see, Tien, how you doing, man? Happy Friday.
Yay! Another Friday without a speaker. Yay!
Yeah, that's
although I'm disappointed that it's not Jordan, but anything that prevents because Biden is now asking for $100 and some odd billion, and without a speaker, they can't do that. So yay!
Yeah, and it doesn't look like this is going to be resolved anytime soon.
Oh, now they're. I saw Carly Boone put it out there. I didn't watch it, but something that on Fox they were saying that it may not be resolved until the CR is up, which is just fine.
Yeah, I'm fine with that too. I'm absolutely fine with that. Well, we're definitely going to get into the speaker stuff because it's just a really interesting exercise. And Matt Gaetz,
the shit that's coming out. Did you see DC Draino saying that 13 out of the 20, I don't know which vote he was referring to at the time, but 13 out of the 20 had ties to FTX.
Oh, it doesn't surprise me at all. I didn't see
No, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
When you look at it and you're going, okay, so we know where this is. So the corruption is in plain sight. And that's we know that the Democrats have it. Now the rhinos the Republican Party is being exposed.
Yep.
Which needs to be.
Yep.
So, but it cracks me up because I did I put out a post that basically said, he's asking, and I ignored the rest of it because ultimately it was $14 billion boondoggle for border protection when he's asking $91 billion for everything else, right? So it's like your token item that's going to be squandered. And then you're going, okay, so he's asking for $14 billion. Trump asked for $5 billion to build a wall.
Mm-hmm.
They told him there wasn't any money. And when he asked for it, and I'm being completely generous here, When he asked for it was in 2019, I believe, if I remember correctly. I took the numbers from 2020. The national debt in 2020, today's date in 2020 was $27 trillion. Today stands at $33 trillion rounded down. That's $6 trillion difference. And he only asked for $5 billion. They told him there wasn't any money. And now Biden is asking for $14 billion.
14 billion, and then of course attached to that is what, 86 billion for.
Oh yeah. But no, I totally. That's what I'm saying. It's just a token, so that you got to give something that people want, so you can get the rest of the boondoggle, right? So I'm discounting that for the moment for this particular subject to basically say, do the math. Compared to, Trump was being told $5 billion couldn't be afforded. Now we're $6 trillion further in the hole than we were at the time. And he's asking for double what Trump was asking for. And then some, almost triple, $1 billion shy of triple.
Yeah, the math just doesn't really check out with the way they try to spin these things.
Hell no.
And it's just another example too of the swamp holding the American people hostage for their special interests and their kickbacks to get tossed a few crumbs for stuff that we actually need. An infrastructure bill of $1 trillion plus, where it's like 10% of it actually goes towards real infrastructure.
Well, how much on top of what Obama? So remember the shovel-ready projects and then what, 5% went even to any of the construction jobs?
Yeah, it's a joke. And again, they know that certain things need to be done, and they use that and hold the rest of the country hostage, and then they pile on 10 times the amount of spending into absolute nonsense, where they all go and enrich themselves. It's disgusting, and this is why Matt Gaetz did what he did, because this is no way to govern. This is no way to treat your constituents and handle their needs. So
look at the arguments against Jordan for speaker. Almost every one of them up there, they'll say, well, Jordan voted not to give funding to fire victims over here. It's like, well, you bundled it with all a bunch of shit that was irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he voted against it. And so the same thing with the bundling of the money. It's like, well, you don't want people to be slaughtered in Ukraine now, do you? Well, you got to vote for. It's the same thing. It's the bundling, the packaging of this stuff together for more than one issue. That is the thing, and that is what the fight is that Getz was trying to get. Is it's single items, single item bills at one at a time.
Because then you are forced to put your name on the thing that is coming up. That way, you can't do what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yep.
Right. Whether you want it or you don't want it, basically it's an aspect of you're damned if you do, if you're damned if you don't, if it's bundled. And the other thing that they're asking, it's very interesting that some of the Republicans are wanting Jordan to deny or claim that the 2020 election was okay. That's what they're holding up.
Yeah, it's pathetic. It's so pathetic what they're doing right now.
The rhinos and the uniparty is trying to isolate Trump to be the last man standing denying the 2020 election.
Yep.
Because then it can be easily pointed to. And it kind of feeds into, not directly, but it's bolstered the whole stance from Jack Smith on the quote unquote inciting insurrection, because hey, everybody says it was legit.
Yep. They are desperately trying to legitimize that. And you have to ask yourself, why is the GOP so desperate to leave the leader of their party out to dry like that?
Because it's not the leader of their party.
Well, yeah, it was rhetorical, but yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
I just ragged on somebody on Truth for not understanding rhetorical. Oh, karma.
It's a little karma right there for sure. All right, let's. I want to go with Pinata real fast here on his show, and then do our sponsors. Pinata, go ahead.
In today's example of that, they have no shame whatsoever. Look at how they try to tie actual and more probable homeland threat assessment valuations to domestic violent extremists, which they should not be looking at the agave others. They should be looking at the agave, like the actual violent extremists. And so, but of course, they find any way possible to shift the subject to, as you know, that other category.
I should say, and Mary, you were here when it happened. It's already taken the life of a beautiful, innocent 6-year-old Palestinian American boy. We come to these conversations with what if, and we're already post terror. The terror this child felt of someone he thought he could trust, his landlord, his mother's landlord, who came to the door and brutally took his life in what is believed to be and is being investigated as a hate crime. We're already in it. And it feels like the language and the rhetoric from government agencies and law enforcement suggests deep alarm inside of them.
Yeah, that was just a mere matter of days, right? And the rhetoric has just continued, and it's anti-Semitic, it's anti-Muslim, it's anti-Palestinian. As I said before when we were talking about this war and what is coming out of it is really just feeds right into the hands of far, right, white supremacist extremists who want to vilify, both groups, Jewish people as well as Muslims. But we're also seeing some other really troubling escalations of this. We're seeing, just today, researchers I worked with shared various memes equating essentially Hamas, terrorists with Nazi SS, but in support of those Hamas terrorists, saying they like.
Right, and that would be because those are actual people that have actual hate in their heart and actual potential threats. But see, you see how they weave that in there, like, oh, it's actually these two sides going at each other, but it's also somehow far right groups benefit from this too by piling on. It's ridiculous. The trying to use the tragedy of a 6-year-old child being killed to try to further their bullshit about far right groups, which is not an actual threat when there's actually threats going on.
And then the 72-hour rule kicks in, and what we're going to find out is more than likely nothing of what they're pitching.
Yep.
But by that time, they'll have moved on.
Yep.
We saw that already, right? And
Yeah.
by the way, did you see that CNN was out there and they got booed and told to get the hell out?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a mess. What a mess. And you're right about the 72-hour rule. We'll learn that all of this is bullshit. It's babies being thrown on the floor from the incubators all over again. These people can't even find like a new way of.
Yep. The first thing I said was, remember Ukraine. We heard the exact same thing in Ukraine.
Yes, we did. Okay, let's. And it is funny too, like how they try to turn that into like,
you and me,
right-wing extremism or whatever, like and it's like.
Well, tomorrow it'll be right-wing ultra MAGA extremists.
Yeah, like the ones occupying the Capitol building the other day. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
The last time I knew that, my flagpole has a Palestinian flag on it. Fuck that.
Did you see George Santos's tweet today?
No.
He says, as a gay man, I'm really curious to know after Israel levels all of the tall buildings in Palestine, what is Hamas?
What are they gonna do?
What is Hamas gonna do to execute homosexuals?
Hot air, but hey, they have those gliders.
They do. All right, let's take care of the sponsors here, and then we'll jump in. I want to get more into this speaker vote. Earth Garden Botanicals is their first sponsor today. Amazing company up in Montana, run by our friend Jolene. She makes these wellness products. She's an herbalist and a health coach, and this is all fantastic. The CBD oils are the best I've ever had. I think, especially for the price, you can't beat the value. All the ingredients in the CBD and hemp products are grown locally on small organic Montana farms. The flavors are great. With the tinctures, you got the orange ginger bergamot, amazing. The huckleberry, fantastic. Peppermint, cinnamon bliss, cherry, even the unflavored is really pleasant. So go check out all the CBD oils out there. There's CBD oil for pets, your Delta 8 R&R nighttime gummies, edibles to give you a good night's sleep. Don't forget about the arnica salve as well. It's a topical cream for sore joints and muscles with CBD infused or without. It's totally up to you what you prefer there. Beyond just those CBD and hemp products, you have your fire cider to get you breathing clearly, clearing your sinuses, elderberry tonic to boost your immune system if you feel a cold coming on. There's a lot of great teas if you're a tea drinker. There's 4 different teas to check out here. I really like the Sunshine and Pine and the Serenity, but they are all very pleasant. So for all you tea drinkers out there, something to consider. And then your Happy Trails, Critter Juice, the insect repellent, all natural insect repellent. It works better than the drugstore stuff. It smells better than the drugstore stuff. And it doesn't leave you feeling like you're wearing something on your skin like the drugstore stuff does. So I highly recommend that. And there's a version of the product for dogs and cats as well. So go ahead and check it all out, guys. Amazing products by amazing people. The promo code 412 for 10% off everything you see here in the store. Also, we have our friends at diamondsoapco.com. Diamond Soap Co is America first as it gets. Harold and Laura, married over 30 years. They're Air Force Intel vets, and they make all their soap and body butter handmade here in the United States using all natural organic ingredients. So veteran owned and operated, family owned and operated, everything made in America. What more could you ask for when you talk about, voting with your dollar, supporting the parallel economy and whatnot? You have amazing scents too. The way this stuff smells is fantastic. I love the Bonfire and the Kentucky Bourbon are my 2 favorites. I've tried most of them at this point, and they're all great. You got your Sweet Almond, Cedar Amber, the Beach Vibes with that Island Escape. There's a Cinnamon Burst, the Southern Peach, Frankincense, and Myrrh. Shout out to Lance Lightspear out there for that one. Your Lemongrass, Classic Clean is exactly what you think it would be. And then you can also get a t-shirt. They got men's and women's t-shirts, hoodies. So they're great gifts, honestly, with the holidays coming up. If you're looking for a little something to throw in a stocking, a gift basket, they've got tons of great options here, ways to kind of bundle products together and spread the wealth. Diamondsoapco.com, promo code 412 for 17% off on this one, guys. And it's just a great way to vote with your dollar, as they say, instead of buying your soap and lotions from places like Johnson & Johnson or Procter & Gamble. You get it from a true America First small business right here at diamondsoapco.com. Again, promo code 412 for 17% off your order. So there you go. Those are the sponsors today. And again, I just want to give a shout out to those of you guys watching on YouTube this afternoon. We haven't been on YouTube in quite a while. I accidentally turned on the YouTube stream yesterday, and I started getting text messages from people like, I didn't know you were back on YouTube. And I was like, I didn't know.
It is you.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't know I was back on YouTube either. And then I realized what I did. I was like, oh shit. So we didn't get kicked off yesterday, which is a change. So I don't know.
You did the whole show? I didn't see that.
All of taking it back yesterday on YouTube. Yeah.
Oh my God. No, because I checked. Lightspear reached out to me and said that the channel was back up and it was hijacked. So I tried to log on, and it said the password is invalid. So I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, when we stopped using it, I kind of
changed the password. Okay.
Yeah,
That's cool.
But
I'll take it up with HR.
Yeah, we'll have a discussion about it later. But I see there's like 82 of you watching over there. That's pretty cool.
I saw some comments yesterday because I saw it flip on my feed too. I just figured, I thought you just turned it on just on purpose.
No, it was a total accident.
Because every time it happens, you turn that on. There's people who are like, "Oh my gosh, you're back! We haven't seen you in a year. Where's TM Homesteader?" And I'm like, he's on 4 days a week with us. Come over. We're still here. YouTube is not the only platform, I guarantee it.
Those of you on YouTube who we haven't seen in a while, first of all, I already see some new names out there, familiar names that we haven't seen in a while, and it's great to see you guys out there. So the way this show is working now is we do the first 45 minutes or so across all of the different platforms, and then the second half We do exclusively on pilled.net. Those of you completely unfamiliar with pilled.net, it is a free speech grassroots platform. It's built by friends within this movement. It's got a ton of great features. It's in a really great place development wise. And we're super proud of what we have going on over there. I've got the link to the pilled.net stream in the description below, and I'll put it in the live chat for you guys on YouTube again. So those of you watching live, you want to jump over to pilled.net. That's where the entire show will be. Like I said, we will be shutting off YouTube, Rumble, and all these other platforms in about 20 minutes or so. And then we're going to go for another hour and 15 minutes on the back half on pilled.net. Those of you watching on replay, that link in the description below, that'll take you right to the profile, and it's very easy to get the replay and watch on replay over there as well. So I hope you guys will come on over and hang out with us. We call it the Comfy Bunker. It's a great place to hang out and watch a stream. But it is great to see you guys and check in with you guys over on YouTube. So please come join us in the Comfy Bunker. And that goes for all of you guys over on Rumble and D Live and Cloud Hub, Twitter as well.
The best selling point is on the Comfy Bunker, we could say things we can't say on YouTube.
Yeah. And again, it's the only platform with the capabilities that it has that doesn't have the hate speech and the hate speech rules in their terms of service, and doesn't have shady investments from names like Vanguard and BlackRock, and all of those people we know don't really mean us well. But
when we talk about COVID, you won't get a link to the CDC or
yeah, exactly. So that's the deal there. So like I said, I hope you guys will come and hang out with us over there. Otherwise, we will be maintaining a presence on these platforms for every day. We will still be posting. It's just only a portion of the entire broadcast. So again, thank you everybody who's come over and joined us, and those of you who just watched the first half. We're extremely happy to have you guys for whatever engagement you guys are willing to do with us. So thank you all. And with that, let's go ahead and jump back in. But I just thought we should take a second and say hello to the YouTube people, because it's been, I think, well over a year since we've really done anything on that platform. Okay, so getting into the speaker race, which is a total disaster right now. You have 8 as the Gateway pundits calling them, hero Republicans who voted to remove McCarthy from speakership, are prepared to accept censure, suspension, or removal from the Republican conference in return for Representative Jim Jordan being elected speaker. So on its surface, this is a pretty selfless move by these 8. It says the recent passage of the motion to vacate the speaker has caused rancor, hurt feelings, and acrimony in the House Republican Conference. While we stand by our actions, it's our goal to proceed forward with our colleagues, our teammates, our fellow Republicans in a manner that embraces reconciliation. It has been suggested the conference cannot move forward until there are consequences for each of us. While we violated no rule of either the House or Republican Conference, we understand some in the conference wish to punish us. Houston Nets pose and tout us secret change Tigan or he better.
What?
Okay, I don't understand that.
Well, I don't know if this affects your flow here, but there's an update. Jordan is out.
Yes, I was going to get
to okay.
I just wanted to bring forward this because I thought this was an interesting move by.
No, I mean, sorry. I literally just looked at my feed and I saw that, so I didn't know if that was how new it was.
Yep, no problem.
Hey, don't scroll past the penny.
Don't scroll past the penny.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. I agree. I second the motion.
Therefore, if the holdouts who refuse to vote for Speaker designate Jordan would be willing to vote with the team and elect him the 56th House Speaker, we are prepared to accept censure, suspension, or removal from the conference to accomplish this objective. We remain proud members of the Republican Party as nominated by our respective districts. What unites us as Republicans is more important than our disagreements. We must now come together to elect Jim Jordan. We offer this sincerely with hope of unity with purpose. Our fidelity to Republican virtues and principles remains unwavering. So I thought that was interesting that they were willing to accept, whatever kind of retribution in exchange for Speaker Jim Jordan. I don't know if this was just a I don't know, like a PR move by these 8, or if it's a legitimate, selfless, look, we'll remove ourselves for what we did, but we want Jim Jordan. We want what's truly best and what the grassroots of the party. We're willing to sacrifice ourselves for the desires of the grassroots of the party. What do you guys make of that? Is it?
I think it's both. I think it's an aspect to be able to do the right thing and at the same time throw them a bone. And it bodes well for the base, because again, they're saying they did it for the right reasons. They want the guy, and they're willing to throw themselves on the sword, political sword, for it, which is that gives them all kinds of points in my book. So I think it could be both. More, let's say 60-40, more on the selfless than it is on throwing them a bone.
Yeah. No, I think it's more on the selfless side too. I don't think Matt Gaetz was doing it to raise his own personal profile, or to because it's personal with Kevin McCarthy. I truly think Matt Gaetz is sick and tired of seeing the nonsense and the way that the House is being governed, and is willing to suffer the slings and arrows of both sides to get the conversation started, at least, or get people to start considering a different approach. So I look at this as an extension of that. Now, as Pinata mentioned, there is an update here. The Rhinos win. House GOP votes in secret ballot. Of course, it's a secret ballot. These people are fucking cowards. To boot Jim Jordan by large margins as their candidate for speaker. Candidate forum to be held on Monday. So the Gateway Pundit reported earlier today, Jordan lost a third bid for Speaker of the House. After Jordan's latest unsuccessful bid, the House GOP voted in secret ballot at 1 p.m. Regarding whether Jordan should remain the party's nominee for Speaker. Let's see, Jordan lost the secret ballot to remain the GOP's nominee for Speaker, according to Jake Sherman. Margin was large. Sources tell me the final margin was 122 to 86. Of course, we will never know who betrayed the GOP base, because these members were too scared to vote in public. Again, fucking cowards, all of them, and just total turncoats to the party. So we will not get Jim Jordan as speaker. That is a bummer. I really thought that Jim Jordan as speaker would be such a breath of fresh air. But it's not going to happen. And I don't necessarily think it's the worst thing in the world, again, for this to remain a stalemate. I don't see that as majorly detrimental. And I think that this process is going to continue to produce interesting conversation and revelations within the GOP. They're going to try to nominate someone more moderate. I don't see those 8 or many of the more conservative base going along with another McCarthy-like speaker. So this stalemate is likely going to continue for the foreseeable future, which again, I'm perfectly okay with. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Any thoughts on where we stand with Jim Jordan and the speaker race before we move on to something else?
Well, the nomination vote, it's within the conference, so to have it be in secret isn't abnormal, let's put it that way. The interesting part will be when they have the official vote on the floor, because that will be somebody will nominate him, whomever they did. And whether they say it's from the caucus or not, from the conference or not, I don't know, as the Republican nominee. But the question is going to be the vote count, because if he doesn't get the majority, its bets are off. technically speaking, right after this, if Jordan drops out, they should have maybe not a unanimous vote, but a majority vote necessary, technically speaking. If they don't, says a lot.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Who do you think the next man up is? I've heard Byron Donald. I don't think he would have a whole lot
No,
of
it wouldn't be
success
that.
than Jim Jordan. I heard a couple other names, people I don't even recognize, which probably means they're just puppet, basically puppets that'd be up there at behest of the establishment.
Right now, you're going to get a lot of shit thrown out there to see what people will run away with. It'll be somebody that's been there for a while. It might even be McCarthy again.
Wouldn't that be hilarious? That we got to go through 15 more votes on McCarthy, because the 8 that got rid of him aren't going to go along with it, and the Democrats are going to vote for Jim for Jeffries. So
no, but I don't. No, Jeffries isn't going to be it. That would be the most. Sorry, I had to step away. The most stupid thing that although we are in stupid season, the stupid thing the Republicans could possibly ever do. The Uniparty, from that perspective, it might be to their benefit. I don't know. I think if it's McCarthy again, what I would see Gates do is squeeze again on rules. You want my vote? You want our 8 to allow you to come back in? Because without those 8, he can't.
Here's what the 8 and however many others, I think they'll be joined by more. But here's what they have to understand, and I hope they do, and I hope they have the tenacity to not bend and break here, is that they hold all the leverage. They have 100% of the leverage. Yep. There is absolutely nothing they can be threatened with right now. They are more fiscally responsible. They understand the establishment needs to feed off of the tax dollars, and they can't feed off of the tax dollars while there's no speaker. So as long as you don't allow there to be a speaker, as long as you don't give in, they're not feeding their special interests, their lobbyists. No one's happy. So they just need to dig their heels in and continue to put up those two middle fingers and say, absolutely not. We are picking the next speaker, and you either go along with it or you don't get jack shit. Force them to either go and make a deal with the devil on the other side, or force the devil to come over and help them. But you hold all the leverage. Any other road that they take to get it done, other than working through you, is going to be a PR nightmare for that side of the party. So I just hope that they realize that, and that they stay with it, and they use that leverage and squeeze every last bit of value out of it that they possibly can.
Yeah, I agree with that aspect of it, and they hold the cards. And the funny part is that the more the other side squeezes, the more pissed off the base gets. Mm-hmm. And this kind of stuff will not be forgotten this close to the election, this close to the primaries.
I agree. The timing is beautiful.
Yes.
All right. I want to get into one other thing here before we run out of time. In the second half today, guys, we've got Ben and Tina Garrison joining the show, which we're super excited about. So we'll be going through their cartoons and seeing how they've been doing for their bi-weekly visit. So stay tuned for that. But first, I want to talk about this, because this is making all kind of waves and controversy within the movement. General Flynn releases a statement saying he believes Q is a psyop, basically. So he says, here's my take on Q. I believe it's a major psyop, and from what I can tell, it or they or whatever or whoever is running this op has done a major disservice. What I see are a bunch of people sitting and waiting for something to happen instead of doing what I've been calling for quite some time: local action. The nonsense about Trump is still the president and the military is coming to the rescue is just that, nonsense. I wasn't battling Dave. He's a big boy. I was being brutally honest. Like it or not, or believe it or not. Rome is burning. Nero and the Buckets Brigade is getting low on water. And like it or not, I don't. We have a person in the White House that is there following a constitutional process. Note, I didn't say fair election, which I don't believe occurred. Lastly, I so respect your smart statement and most definitely appreciate your support as well as Dave's. I'm a big fan of X22. I also appreciate the support by many of the digital soldiers who did support me. Thank you will never be enough. And he says, however, I want us to face reality for what it is, and it's staring us in the face currently, and it's ugly, but never, ever give up. And trust me, there will always be silver linings. We just have to find them and exploit them as soon and for as long as possible. God bless. And then there's a clip here of him on X22. It got a little bit contentious. Take a listen.
This stuff, right? We are systematically and intentionally destroying our country by allowing this to continue on. And I can't sit here and go that these people are incompetent and they don't know what they're doing. Oh, no, they're competent, they're smart, and they know exactly what they're doing.
So do you think the military is watching this whole thing play? I mean, are they worried that all these people that are coming in?
What do you think? I mean, so stop,
okay.
Dave, stop.
Okay.
This is where I've had disagreements with things that I've heard you say and many others, because people go, oh, the military. What do you think the military, if you don't understand what the military does in our country, which abides by the Constitution, and
yes.
The Constitution is our military is run by the people who are duly elected. Okay? So if you want our military to act in a different way, then you need to go to another country, right? And the people that I've heard, talk about this kind of stuff, they're foolish. They're foolish. They're thinking foolishly. This is not what our country is designed to have in terms of our military. Our military follows the orders of those who are elected over them. Okay, that's how we've been able to stay as a nation the way we've been able to stay. So when people go, well, the military, what should the military? Hey, the military should follow legal, moral, and ethical orders that they're given. If you find generals and admirals in the military that say, Mr. President, I can't follow this order anymore, even though it's legal, even though it's maybe ethical, my moral being, I just can't follow. It's like the forced critical race theory training that's being forced all the way down.
All right, I'm going to leave that there for the sake of time. There's an article about it on the Gateway Pundit with the video there if you want to watch the rest of it. But you get the gist of it in that first 90 or so seconds. We don't have a ton of time to dive deep into this, so I'm going to shut up and let my co-hosts here give their thoughts on it. So I'm pretty sure you all will be far more interested to hear from Tien and Pinata on this one than me. So Tien, I'll throw it to you first because I know you have some thoughts on this.
Yeah, that whole his reaction was not necessarily to where Dave was headed. I think I don't know what Dave was going to say, but I don't think it was that. I think he was stopping them, not putting words into Flynn's mouth, but he basically said he talked out of both of his mouths. At one time, he says the duly elected, and then he turns around and says that it wasn't a good election. So how is it duly elected if you have a person that is in office giving orders that wasn't put in office by the people?
Right.
That was one. So is he then saying that he sanctions that the election was legitimate? No, and in his own tweet, in his own words, he said it wasn't, or rather there wasn't a good election. So from that perspective, then what is it? So what is the military supposed to do if you have somebody that is not necessarily corrupt, although that would be grounds in my book, but not necessarily corrupt, but if they're illegitimate, then he's saying that the military is bound to follow orders from an illegitimate person. And as it relates to Q, is it a psyop? Hell yes, we've all said it was a psyop from the beginning. The issue is what people are interpreting psyop.
They look at it as a pejorative, regardless of context, and I think that's unfortunate.
That comes from the organization that runs psyops. He was head of military intelligence. All of military intelligence before he went into the private sector and eventually worked for Trump as DNI, as NSA rather. I wanted him as DNI, but as NSA. So that whole thing, you know, Duppy says out there is this, and I've said this before, a psyop within a psyop, because it leaves you hanging. And one way you can look at it is an aspect of exposing those that are now coming out and will come out and say, see, I told you.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I find it very interesting that, and I said this to you offline, that it's the timing of his statement and his reaction in Dave's interview coinciding with Dr. Jan Halper calling out 3 particular channels that have been ragging on him.
Mm-hmm.
And asking about the military, right? And the military coming to us. And notice that what he alluded to was the military acting on their own. And I just asked, I would love to ask him a question that says, so if the person that's in power given the orders is illegitimate, are you going to follow those orders? Is the military bound to follow those orders, or is their oath to that person or to the Constitution? And that's where that whole, if you really listen to what he was saying, then he goes off into the sanity of the order from a perspective of your morals and stuff. That's obfuscating, because those are the 2 different things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? So what happens, and this is what I was asking you offline, what happens if that asshole in the White House now that is allegedly, and we all know he wasn't legitimately elected, gives an order to have the military take action against the people? The military's going to follow it? Is that what he said? Or he said that then the moral aspect of that order kicks in, the constitutional aspect of that order kicks in on the individual? That's what he said, right? So is it both ways then? So you see that's where, and at the same time, I have, and Captain Roy, if he's out there listening, I don't know, he posted it on Truth Social. I had it when he first did it. His signed in Roy's books and cards thanking him using Qisms. Where we go one, we go all. Not the words, the acronym.
Roy's not the only one. He's done that with a bunch of people.
Yeah, I know, I understand it. But Roy is the one I've seen with my own eyes. That's
he even took the oath when Q prompted people to sign the oath. He even did that. And I want Pinata to jump in here for a second too, if you got something.
Sure, but I'll stop.
Yeah, no, it's good. I was a little squeezed, but the whole aspect of Q makes people complacent. It's one of the lamest knocks on the whole Q thing that I've heard. You know, it's like it's good people on both sides lame, in my opinion. Like it's that bad. So to see him go to that in that post, I thought was kind of weird. And I don't know exactly what to make of it. But Pinata, do you have any thoughts on this before I kind of set up the second half of the stream here?
Well, from his post, I hadn't seen that video until just now, but from his post, he's conflating what Q would actually put in posts versus what people take and run with. Mm-hmm. Now, if his criticism is what people take and run with, I have no problem with that. I also have no problem with him talking to Dave about continually to say that that Trump is still the president, that the military is still with Trump as president. I think that is, as Dave on his broadcast continues to say, is not healthy, because we have to have a mindset that this, whatever we think that it is not true. You have to be able to maintain both mindsets at the same time. And if he wants to say that makes people complacent, I think potentially you have a point, but I think the people who are going to do something are doing something, and the people who wouldn't do something are already not doing that anyway. So I don't think that it hurts it necessarily, but I wonder about the people who would do something if they didn't understand, they didn't have well, we talked about it.
We know personally know
don't get off the roller coaster. Get off the emotional roller coaster.
Right.
Do not assume that something's going to happen tomorrow, or next week. You have to play a longer game, and I think that's what one of the hardest things I think a lot of people had to overcome after 2020 was understanding how long this thing was and what it really was, and I have to say I have some personal casualties in my own life because of that, and I have to deal with that, and I am dealing with that. So it is something that's absolutely a mindset that has to be, and maybe they're seeing something on the ground, or he's running into people because he goes to a lot of these different conferences, and maybe he's just being told through talking with people just too many times that that sentiment, and maybe he's, but of course, I mean, if you're going to have those kind of conferences, you have to understand the people that are going to go as well. So I don't know.
The interesting part is that we know personally people that have taken action.
Yeah.
We know people that have taken action both on the political front and others that are taking action at their local level, at the school boards, at the election boards, at the election themselves. We know people that are running, that were all followers of Q at one point, or not followers, but were into the reading and interpreting the Q drops. I don't want to say followers in the concept of, a leader kind of thing. And then the countless of channels that have launched and like this one, right? Mm-hmm. And then spin-offs of channels and spin-offs of channels and sharing information and so forth. The people he thanked, the digital soldiers. Well, what the hell were the digital soldiers? The digital army that he himself spoke about. What are they? Most of them were spin-offs or offshoots of the chants and the boards and reading cues and doing digging, etc. So that was, and to Pinata's point of the aspect of complacency, I don't know who he's been listening to or he's been an aspect, because the other side of the coin that I mostly hear complacency about is those people that want to take up arms and charge and take them out literally. Well, that's not what he said, and that's not what Q said either.
Right.
So, a lot of it he fed right into, in many ways, into exactly what needs to be done from a perspective of weeding out and separating the chaff from the wheat, in the aspect of those that are shills and those that are riding the wave and what we used to call patriots.
All right, so we have to go ahead. No, you're good. You're good. No, I knew we were gonna cut it close with that, but I couldn't not bring it into the first half of the show today. All right, guys. So in the second half of the broadcast, we got the legendary Ben Garrison, his lovely wife Tina Garrison as well. They're gonna join us for an interview here in the 5 o'clock hour. Very excited to have them back on the show. We're going to go through and check out a bunch of their latest cartoons and have ourselves a fun little end to the week. So I hope you guys will come and join us. That'll be exclusively on pilled.net. We've got the links for you guys in the chat. Or not in the chat yet. I'm going to put them in the chat, but in the video description below. If you're on Rumble, if you're watching on mobile, click the description tab underneath the stream. The first link you'll see there is for the welcome link. That's for new users to pilled.net. It's like a landing page. It'll help you sign up and get situated. If you already have an account or don't really care to chat, you just want to lurk, the second link is a direct link into the stream. So I'll just drop you right in. It'll start playing. No problem. Those of you on YouTube, I'm putting it in the chat as well. It's in the video description too. So you guys can go and join us for the second half of the show if you'd like. If not, no worries. I will be back on tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. for the Saturday morning chat. I'll be playing music. We'll be taking your calls and hanging out from 10 a.m. till about noon, maybe 12:30 or so to tomorrow morning. And then we'll be back on Monday, of course, for another week of broadcast starting at 4 p.m. Eastern time on Monday. So please come and join us over on pilled.net here for the second half of the show. And it's been a fun first half here across all the platforms, but it is now time for the pilled.net exclusive part of the show. I'm going to play a little video again to help you guys get over there, and then we'll carry on.
Pill.net is proud to host 412 Productions, exclusively on the true home of free speech. To continue watching the show, we are here to help you over to Pilled. If you're new to the platform, just click on the welcome link provided. It will then automatically walk you through signing up for your free account. If you already have a Pill.net account, follow the link provided directing you straight to 412 Productions channel. We are excited to have you join the Pilled family, and if you have any questions at all, please email support@Pill.net. Enjoy the rest of 412 Productions on Pill.net. Free speech lives here.
Oh, you want me to say it? I'll say it.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys again for tuning in. We are continuing on exclusively on Pill.net. Please come join us over there for the second half of the show. If not, we'll catch you guys on the next one. So hope to see you in a minute. If not, we'll see you guys next week.